Hello again. Welcome to our second episode. And today we have a special guest, which you already know. Because one session is not enough with her, we need more time with her. So we got her on the sets again. I'm going to introduce you to Tina, who has been the COO for Batil for nearly a decade. She has done immense healing work in the field of systemic constellation. She has changed lives. She's a facilitator. She's a teacher. She's an entrepreneur. So you guys know her very well. So let me introduce again to her. Hello, Tina. How are
Hi,
you?
hi Shilpa. Very nice to be here with you.
Oh, good to have you here today. So today we're gonna need your help on discussing few things about money.
I like that topic.
Yeah. So it's
I love money. And if you feel triggered, have a session.
so I think we all need to go, I guess.
Yeah, because a lot of people already feel triggered when somebody says, I love money. Many are like, oh, how would she say that? It's truth.
But there's a lot of connotation related to money that we say that money is evil, or like only bad people they have money. Why is this information spreading out in this market? Like, let's put it that way.
I think there's a lot of limiting beliefs around money available around the world. For me, very wealthy people usually are very kind people. Maybe we just don't see how much they actually donate, how much they develop, and they're misunderstood. Because many of us, we have a certain fear from money. Like you said, we are worried, like if I have too much money, I will lose it. If I have too much money, my character changes and all of that stuff, which is absolutely not true. So it comes from maybe generational trauma of many of our ancestors losing what they had to atrocities, to war and stuff like that. And then passing on that knowledge to us. Or if you're from a very, very wealthy background where money is loved a lot, you have a different belief system. You feel like you need money to be successful. You need money to be safe. You need this money to maintain your lifestyle, which also is not true. Abundance in life has many forms and shapes. So if you want to manifest more money into your life, more abundance into your life, you have to stay open. So you should say, I'm open for abundance in any kind of form, be it support, be it inspiration, be it unique gifts, be it money, be it gifts, whatever it is, however abundance wants to find me, I'm opening up for it and not keep it narrow. Now, regarding money and the misconception, money, guys, is just energy. And whatever meaning you give to it, it will have it for you. But money is a beautiful energy that has potential, that can change things if it's used like that. It's all about how you use this energy, I would say.
Now we also have cryptocurrency. So is like when we are talking about money and we see that dynamic of money is changing because cryptocurrencies are coming.
Very good question.
How would you tell us that, let's say now today people are saying, oh, money is this, money is that. Will it change into a cryptocurrency tomorrow? We're going to say the same thing about cryptocurrencies?
Cryptocurrency also is a kind of money, right? What is money for you? Money is a source. Money is something you exchange for other value, right? You're bartering it against something. Crypto is the same. It's just digital money, right? It's digital currency. Now, why has crypto has been on such a big trend? Because it is the future. We're moving into a new technological age, right? AI is profoundly out there. So cryptocurrency is currency that no longer is just tangible in your hand. It is fluent and it can grow and it's very volatile. It can also crash at any point of time, which is why there is so much growth in it. The higher the risk, the more the win in it. And it's again about your belief system. Whatever you believe about cryptocurrency and about money is going to be true for you. Everything in your reality is just a projection of yourself and your belief system. Now, cryptocurrency. Of course, I'm very fascinated by it because I love technology and I love how we are developing. I also don't see cryptocurrency or AI as a threat. I see as an evolution of society. And AI just being a mirror of your own consciousness. So as I can take you as deep as you are already as a person. So how deep is your consciousness? How open is your consciousness? So cryptocurrency, however, what I like to look at and what I like to recommend is you have to see what resonates with you if you want to invest. And for me, because of certain ethical values I have, I only invest in cryptocurrencies that are not so heavy on resources, because we forget that cryptocurrency is being mined using a lot of electricity, a lot of water, a lot of energy from the planet, which is detrimental to a certain degree. So there is a lot of cryptocurrencies which use solar energy or which are environmentally friendly. So maybe we can start having awareness about that too when we decide which tool to use, which kind of money to use. Why is it a big move for society? Is because now it's not traceable anymore. Money could before be used, and now it depends if you believe in conspiracy or not. I don't, because again, I think everything is just a reflection of your own wisdom. But if you do, you feel like, oh, it's something that could control us. So now cryptocurrency cannot be controlled. You don't need a banking system for that. And that has advantages, of course. I believe I embrace whatever is, because in Constellation, we learn that accepting what is gives you tremendous power and peace. So I accept whatever is there, and then I choose what works with me. And for me, I'm a big fan of those who are kind to Mother Earth, because it's one of my highest ethical values.
Right. Very nice. A lot of people also say that in the place where we are living in, it's getting expensive day by day.
Hmm.
It's always a comparison that, 20 years back, it was much cheaper to live in the city. And like now, it's getting expensive day by day. Um,
Again, it's a belief system you have. There's nothing as ultimate truth. People will say, no, it's reality. No, it's not. For me, it's not the case. I don't feel that. Why do I not feel it? Because if I spend more, I also earn more. I believe the more you spend, the more comes back to you. It's an energy that wants to flow. In Constellation, we learn that money does not want to be stuck on your account. Money does not want to be hurdled, kept somewhere, hidden. It wants to move. It's fluent. It wants to create life. It's an energy. Everything is energy, like your life force energy. It wants to move. It wants to create. So is money. So money should be spent, and then the more you spend, the more comes back to you. So remove all the negative beliefs you have around money, like it's never enough, I can never have enough, all of that. Find a technique that suits you, be it NLP, be it consciousness, be it quantum linguistics, that help you blow up these limiting beliefs so that you can step into your abundance, because that's the only thing that keeps you away from it. It's not society, it's not everything is getting more expensive. I live in this country since 20 years, and my salary has changed, of course, since 20 years. I used to make very little when I arrived here. Then I made at some point a lot, because I had very beautiful C-level executive roles. And now I make less than that. And I'm still okay. I'm living the same lifestyle. Actually, I'm living a better lifestyle, because I love money and I have no problem with money and I have no problem receiving. So my universe is like that. I see no lack. And it's about you and how you see that. So if you feel now triggered by my talk and like, oh, that's not the truth, look into your beliefs. It will set you free. Why you want to be stuck? You don't have to be stuck with this.
as you mentioned, that people coming from humble beginning,
Yeah.
they do have a lot of passion and they somewhere reach in a C-suite level. And sometimes, but they're still not very happy there. And on the other hand, somebody who comes from a very wealthy family, and we have very good example like Trump, like somebody who's losing all their money and they make it again and again. So would you say that the belief system makes them believe that they deserve this money, they don't deserve this money?
So part is the belief system and what you believe about it. But a bigger part here is ancestral load. So when you are wealthy and you suddenly lose it all, it's time to look back in history. When has this happened before in your family? Who in your family lost it all and maybe lost his or her life because of that? Or maybe who did you take, or who did your family take stuff from and it wasn't fair? Like, think back. Sometimes I think back, did I ever make profit of somebody else's loss? And if I find that, I apologize energetically and, I bow to the person. In ancestral lines, you will find cases like this. I have seen cases where people come for money problems, and then it shows us that her great-grandfather, for example, he took the land of somebody else. He kicked that person off the land and he kept it. And since then, it has been in family ownership, in his family ownership. But it doesn't energetically belong to him nor his children and the children's children, which is why today the children's children struggle, because that money needs to be released back where it belongs to. So ancestral is very important to look at money. Even look at the beliefs you inherited from your parents. And many of us, when we become super successful, we feel there's a glass ceiling. I'm not managing to go beyond this. It's because we have unconscious loyalty to our father. We don't want to be more successful than him. How could I be more successful than him? How could my life be easier than his? So unconsciously, we stay below that to not kind of hurt him. But that's crazy as well. Your father, your ancestors, your grandparents, they are so proud when they see you strive. They want nothing else but for you to have an easier life. That's why they did all the sacrifices for us to live an easy life. So if it's hard for you, try this. If it's hard for you to look at your parents and say, I make my money easily and effortlessly, and even to yourself, then there is a belief system underneath that you need to look at, and there's maybe stuff from your ancestors you need to release.
So, what would you say to the people when we say that you keep saving? We see this a lot, even in my family. Like you have to save for the rainy days.
No,
You need to keep saving, saving, saving.
don't
waste your-
save.
Yeah.
No, saving is stagnation. It's non-movement. You can invest. So let's say you want your money to grow. Okay, buy a property. So you buy a property and then that creates life. People live in it, people strive in it. So kind of the money strives with it. But when it's just stuck in your bank account, it's definitely not happy and it's not going to multiply. Usually then quickly leaves again. So it's very important to have that energy flowing. And why is saving not so important? It's because you are in the here and now. You need to live in the here and now. You forget all the time that everything you have, all the moments you have, is just now. This is what you have. You never have whatever's going to happen tomorrow, and you don't have what has happened a year ago. And yet you still want to be angry about that. That's crazy. So you're keeping yourself trapped in some past emotions that no longer exist. Do you know when you remember a past event and you feel a certain emotion, you're not feeling the emotion of that event. You're creating the emotion now again. So you're repeating that vicious circle. You're keeping yourself trapped in pain, and then you're projecting it onto every day, onto the future, onto everything. So you're not able to step out of it. But it's a creation. So when we realize that we are conscious beings and we are not just run by the mind, you are body, mind, and spirit. We all agree to that. We are body, mind, and spirit. Your mind is a wonderful tool you have, but it's not the ruler of the ship. It's not the captain of the ship. It's just a tool. You use it when you have a problem. You switch it off when it's done. It's not constantly to be there, to be constantly chattering in the back. So all these beliefs are in the mind. We have to release them so that the mind can actually be peaceful. Be more in your body. Feel the truth in your body. That's what we do in Constellation. It's about embodiment. When we have sessions, I'm not interested in what you think about it. It's all about what you feel. Because when you have body pains and stuff like that, it's trapped emotions in your body that need to be released. If you had traumatic experiences, that trauma is stored in your body. We need to release it. It's not about what I think about it and the meaning I make about it. It's about how I feel about it. So yeah, topics are mixing here, but money is the same. Money is a beautiful energy that's supposed to flow, not supposed to be stuck somewhere, because we have limiting beliefs about scarcity. When you come out of scarcity and lack, that's what you will always attract. So you will attract situations where things are stolen from you or something happens to you, so your car breaks, you have to spend your money on that. But you see people where this always happens to, and then you see people where this doesn't happen to. Why is that? It's because they have a different belief system. Very simple.
Wow. I have seen people when they literally go on holding on to their money, they want to keep the money for themselves, and they would not even give a single extra penny to their child to even go and have a candy, because they're like, oh, I give you money.
Are these happy people?
Doesn't look like.
Yeah, usually no. They are stuck in this scarcity so much fear that they can't even share. So where is life here? It's absent. So it's time to be back, be present, enjoy what you have, and enjoy it now, because we don't know what's tomorrow. All we have as ever is now. So when you're worried about problems, tell me what the problem is right now. If there is no problem right now, no need to think about it. The solution is not going to come from you thinking about it 24/7. Look at this. When you have a worry and you obsess about it, and then you notice, I've thought about it so many hours today, and later you realize that 99% of everything you have thought about doesn't even happen. It never does. Think about anything you have fascinated about in life or you were scared about in life. 99% of that never came true. How crazy is it that you keep yourself busy with those thoughts, knowing that they will never come true? Because they never did. You have evidence. They never came true. So you cannot think about that. Be here, be now. Go into the vibration you want to feel, love, joy, happiness, trust, whatever it is, because they attract solutions. They attract innovation. They attract inspiration. If you're not in an inspired state, you will never find a solution for the problems you might face. But if you are enjoying right now what you're doing, the inspiration will come and wow, miraculously, the problems fade. So it's always about the now. So spend your money. The more you
Ah,
spend, the more comes back.
I recently heard something very interesting that the reason you are unable to make good use of your money or to save or utilize your money is because you earned it in a very a discomfort way. Maybe you didn't earn it in a
Yeah.
very good energy. And of course, if you're not comfortable earning in a comfortable energy, you will spend it all. How far is it true?
Yeah, it could be vice versa. A lot of people who have fought so hard for the money and worked so hard, they don't spend it at all because they know it was like I shed my blood for it. For some people, where the money cannot stick around, it's about again, what's your relationship to your father? Because money in life comes from the father energy, from that channel. How's your relationship to your father? If the relationship is challenging, money relationship will be very challenging. So, ideally, to look into the root cause of this wound, we go back and look into what's my relationship to my father. Does he have a place in my heart? Am I still angry at him? And if I'm still angry, that's good. Express it. Express it, but don't swallow it. And by all that unprocessed anger in your body create diseases. Express it. And in Constellation, that's what we do. We express this anger because usually below the anger, anger very often is a secondary emotion. The primary emotion that we really want to feel is beneath that, which is sadness. Sadness for not being able to have the father I wished for. Sadness for not having a close relationship. Sadness for him beating me, whatever it is. But it's over. So why do you want to live in that prison of the past? It's over. Right now, you have no problem. You are free. You got life from him. 50% of your cells are his. It would be good if you can love them because then you can strive. You can develop the potential you have. Because with your father energy comes tremendous potential. A lot of people say, no, I don't want to be like him, because one of the healing lines in Constellation is when your mother tells you, it's okay if you become like him. A lot of clients are like, no, I don't want that. Why not? You are seeing everything so limited. I want to be like my father because my father is unlimited potentiality. He made choices. I don't have to make the choices, but I accept the potential I inherited from him, which is his beautiful energy and my grandpa's energy and my great grandpa's energy. It's a whole lineage of man and wisdom that if I don't accept my father into my heart, I cannot accept into me in my reality today. I want that. I'm receiving all that blessing, and I make my own choices. I choose to not beat my kids, for example. It is a choice. And when we look at our parents and we see how much pain they carry and through how much hardship they have gone, we can understand maybe the choices they made. And we leave that responsibility for it with them. So we live a free life. But both of them land in my heart so that I can have enough money and abundance in my life.
That reminds me, when we go for dinners or anywhere we take services, I've seen people will spend easily 5,000
Mm.
and they will be very difficult in tipping even for 5
Yeah,
dirhams.
I'm shocked about that. So when I see people who don't give tips, I don't ever date them again. Because if you cannot appreciate the small people who are doing this service for us, you don't appreciate life, you don't appreciate yourself, and sure, you will not appreciate myself. So when I see that you can't give tip, I run. And I recommend everybody does that, because when we go into a relationship with somebody, we are not there to be their therapist, okay? You're not going into a relationship to change somebody, even though I know a lot of women say, why not? You can change him later. Nah, doesn't work. Go into the relationship with a person that you want to be with. And ultimately, when you are with somebody and you are so in love, also remind yourself that I'm in love with myself. I love how I feel next to him. And when you decide not to be in touch with people anymore, which we really should do, when we declutter our homes sometimes, we should also declutter phone books, friendships, and all of that, because you grow out of relationships. This is not about loyalty. You love them from far. But if you don't feel good next to them, And when you sit next to somebody who doesn't give tip, you surely don't feel good about it. So when you are with somebody and you notice, I don't like the version of myself with that person, it's time to let the person go. So always ask yourself, do I like the version of myself that I am with him or her? And when you're in love, remind yourself that I love how I feel next to him. And then still see if you want to continue the relationship or not. Hopefully, there are more reasons than that. But yes, when you are so stingy to give tips, I feel you don't have a healthy relationship with money, and for that matter, with your father. And for that matter, it will be difficult for you to have a healthy relationship with me.
When it comes like in a relationship, we see a lot of patterns. Maybe in one relationship, that person spends and splurge. But after that person, maybe with another person, that person will be very stingy. Whereas it's the same person and their partner, two people are different and they are spending on one and they are being miser to the other one.
I think, again, it's about projection. So you will usually project where you are at in life. So whatever you are believing at that moment, that's the kind of partner you attract. So usually for example, I have never attracted anybody who is stingy, but they had other problems which all fall into the same category. Just for me to see that I have a pain there, that I have a trauma there, that it's time to look into. So again, like I said before, the biggest trigger is your biggest gift. When you feel triggered and you're like, oh, that person made me feel this way, just realize that nobody can make you feel in any way. It's you who chooses to feel this way. Look into that pain, see what is beneath it. Why do you feel hurt? What is it really? And then work on that. So yeah, usually it's unlikely that you attract somebody who's very gracious and then somebody who's extremely stingy, except if there's other things that you value that they then match with your vibration. But ultimately, yeah, you just attract what is your next learning curve.
Very nice. Tell me something more about when people they start worshiping money and they do not care about people around them, and for their whole life is all about making deals, money, how much they're spending. Everything rotates around money.
If you look at it also, I feel a lot of compassion for them because it's a sad state to be in, that you choose to disconnect from humans around you and just have people around you that you pay so you are in control. And you see a lot of patterns like this with wealthy men who go for younger ladies, and then they are like the sugar daddy, right? They pay them a kind of salary because they feel control through money. And that goes often with an underlying belief of she will leave me if I don't pay her. She will leave me because I'm not good enough by myself. So a lot of people who worship money, they worship it for the power it has, because I can make you do things, right? And it's only because they believe they're not enough. Like for me, if I was poor, these people think if I was poor, nobody will do anything for me. How beautiful it is if you realize that even if I don't have a lot of money, my friends will do anything for me because they love me for who I am. So these people have fallen out of love with themselves and out of love with life often. And I do hope they find it back, because you do see a lot of very wealthy people who are not happy.
Wow. It's very interesting that like I feel like time just flows like when I talk to you and to learn, and there's so much information to process because of course I feel when we talk there's things that triggers to me. So yeah, I'm honestly very very thankful to you to taking your time out, spending time with us and teaching us about life, dynamic about money, and of course more things in different sessions. But it's very profound to see how everything is interrelated. At the same time, everything goes to the same pattern.
Often, yeah, it repeats itself. So you live life in circles, so repeating the same circle over and over again, or you spiral out when you get it. So if you see your life as a timeline, so you're having the same lesson, the same guy, then another guy treats you that way till you get it and you spiral up and then you continue here. So it's very beautiful to see that you will spiral as long as you need to get it. The moment you get it, you jump out of that and you go into the next layer. So yes, people ask me, so when does this stop? It doesn't stop. That's why we are here. We are here to live life. We are here to develop, to grow. You know, we can only grow or we decline. There is no stagnation, really. We don't get stuck. If we are stuck, we are declining. So there's only declination or growth. And I choose growth for that matter. And I know that sometimes it's intense, sometimes it's tiring. Take a break from from time to time, but enjoy the journey, because it's just showing you all the shades of you. How beautiful are you as this wonderful microorganism living on this planet, breathing, loving, feeling. Enjoy that. That's why we came here. That's purpose of life, to just live your life, feel all the emotions. And it's not about how much money did I make, how many boats did I own, did I get married. When you are in the last moments of your life, yeah, and you're about to pass away, do you really think about the house you had, or the money you made, or how many hours you spent in the office, or that, business you created? Is that what you will think about? Do you think? Or are you going to think of the moments when you hugged your loved ones, when you kissed your nieces, when you played with your dog? Which moments do you think you will remember? And money is just here to make us have more of these wonderful moments, not to be obsessed about it, not to think negatively about it, just to enjoy life with it. And however else you do, it's up to you. And it's your reflection ultimately. There is no them, there is no they, there's nobody controlling us. You are an ultimate power. You control your life completely and utterly.
Thank you. Thank you so much for opening my eyes. And I'm sure a lot of you is just going to relate to that. But thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we definitely would want to have you more, because we're learning a lot. And and we're going to bring in a lot more topic for you guys. So stick on to the channel, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.